Hey, y'all. Guess what?
Yes.
It is no longer Paz or Sonya's faves. We have listened, we have learned, we asked,
What?
we answered, and we are doing what, Sonya?
We are doing their favorites for the month of August. Yes. So this is
All
the
the
special
juice.
favorites has turned into the Viewers' Choice Awards.
Right. I wish we had a sound, the hand clap. Oh, the crowd roars. That's what we're
Right.
doing.
Exactly. Yes. So we are so excited to be airing your favorites for the month of August. We cannot wait. We're going to be in the chat. We'll be checking that out. And we really just want you to, tune in. This is the best of the best, y'all. And this is the ones that y'all say were the best
You
of the
asked
best.
for it.
You asked for it.
And guess what? We listen.
We listen. What? We some listening bitches. What? We ain't like them other bitches. Don't know how to listen.
Bitches don't know how to listen, but grown ass women know how to goddamn listen.
They know how to take feedback. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So here you go.
Yes, just a reminder, this is a replay. So the dates do not apply. And we will be in the chat.
Yes, we will. Talking all shit right. As usual. Love
so
y'all.
Get your popcorn and your drink.
Hey, we're live.
Right. We are live. Yes.
All right. Let's
as per usual.
As per usual, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, everyone.
Oh my God, I got on a bra. Let me take off this bra, Lord. What was I
wrong with you? It is No Bra Wednesday.
What am I thinking?
Y'all didn't tell me. Y'all didn't tell me I was supposed to look like what is his name? Jackson White.
Girl, look.
Oh, you're wrong, PJ. You're wrong.
Well, you free to tits, free to boobs.
Yeah, you gotta free the boobs. You see how you do that right there?
That's right. Take them off. No Bra Wednesday. That's right.
Like they were meant to be. They came here free.
Exactly.
Let us free. Well, shoot. Men watching this? Are there men watching this?
They may be.
But I mean, but I didn't show anything that
But I can't reach my bra through my sleeve. So
well, you're gonna have to just I don't know. We should
I loose them. How about that?
Yeah, let them loose. Let them loose. Turn them loose. Turn them loose.
Girl, be free.
Hello. Welcome to No Bra Wednesdays with Grown Ass Woman Shit on Facebook Live. Hello. Today we are talking about finding OSHUN. I hope you all have looked her up. I've had conversations about her this week. Like, who is OSHUN? What are y'all talking about? Well, guess what? We have two OSHUN divas with us right now who will explain it all. And we are talking about femininity. No, she didn't bring Belle out.
Yes, she did.
We are talking about femininity and vulnerability, which are things that OSHUN represents, right? The feminine. Yes, she is sexy. She is sweet. She is sensuous. She flows like water and honey. Okay.
Yes.
I am Paz, the mommionaire.
I'm getting excited.
Right. Here I'm just listening. I'm trying to, my girl is so I love me some OSHUNs, okay? But so we're gonna listen today. So with that, I'm gonna pass to my girl Sonya, the sensuous certified sexologist.
Yes, ma'am. And so y'all know where I got my sensuousness from. Hello, because my OSHUN is like, this is my daughter, okay? So she's like, here's all the gifts because I want you to represent femininity on the planet. So but yeah, so I'm Sonya, the sensuous certified sexologist, and I love me some OSHUN, and I'm going to just eat up this conversation tonight. This is my lane, so I really love talking about how to be sensuous. Is a place that I love to go for myself all of the time when nobody is looking. So let's see. So yeah, so I am going to actually just really quickly to give you a rundown of where you can also see us and what our schedule is. One, we are on we're doing Facebook Live every Sunday with Get Your Shit Together Sunday
Yes.
at 7 p.m. And so just make sure you join us for that new time on Sundays, where we talk about all the ways that grown ass women get to have their shit together.
Get your shit
And
together.
then get your shit together. Hello. And then on Wednesdays, say it with your breasts. No bra
No bra
Wednesdays,
Wednesday.
where we free the girls and just just let it give us free. Okay, so that's where we let it all hang out. So and tonight we're going to be talking about finding OSHUN, femininity, and being vulnerable. Now for our next couple of topics that we have coming up, one on next Sunday we're going to be talking about Pastel's favorite topic, and it is also a favorite topic for me too: credit repair and integrity breaches, all about being out of integrity with your money. Hello.
Right.
And then on the following Wednesday, we're going to talk about your relationship with money. So those are going to be our next two topics that are coming up. So be sure to tune in when we get those on and popping. But welcome today because it is on and popping because we talk about that girl Oshun. So Pastel, if you could introduce our guests because we are so excited to
Oh
have
my God.
a
We
beautiful,
have,
sexy, sensuous being joining us tonight.
yes, we have a daughter of Oshun, a priestess. She is
Yes.
awesome. My homegirl from New Orleans. She is the blissful coach. She does it all. Okay. She oh my God. I'm gonna let PJ introduce herself because she is all things Oshun, and we just love her here. She has a clubhouse show that she has been doing. I don't know if you're still doing it, but I've been in there a couple of times.
I am.
Oh, okay. Well, it has been a blessing to me. So I'm gonna pass it on to my girl, PJ Oshun Cannon. Yes.
Osunyoyin. Oshun brings the honey.
Yes.
Yoyin, as she brings the honey. And that is my initiated name. And the funny thing is, when I was told Oshun was my head, I cried because I feel like I carry a lot of male energy, and I just knew I was going to have a male Orisha. I knew it was going to be Shango. And when Baba told me Oshun, I was like, oh my gosh, she's claiming, because of course, who doesn't love Oshun? But I didn't feel that juiciness running through me so much. I just knew about that fire. And so the funny thing, Pasha, to this day, I don't know if the fire was innate or it's our culture, growing up in New Orleans.
Right. We got that fire, yeah. We know that.
So when it's like, wow. And so, and oftentimes, you an Orisha can claim your head also to bring balance because it may be what you need. But she just awakened all that juiciness and that flow. And of course I had some of it in me already. I'm sure.
Absolutely. We know that.
Yeah, it was there. It was there all the time. But what's funny, when you start talking about where the money resides, Oshun is also known for wealth. Yeah, you want to manifest some money, some wealth?
Talk to Oshun.
Go to the river, baby. Give my girl some oranges. Bring her some honey, because that's her forte as well. She's known for her sensuality, for her wealth, abundance. She's also known as the manifestation Orisha. So she's the one who she's got so much going on, and the quiet is kept. The story of her dark side is not shared as much, but she got her share of darkness and fight and everything. But yeah, I feel so honored to be chosen by her. Yeah, this is the value.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you.
We're losing you a little bit.
Your sound just went out just a little bit.
Okay,
get a little.
How's this?
There you go. Now we can hear you. Yes, ma'am. Yep. There you go.
And I didn't see it on the page. You guys were showing up on the page.
Yes, it's
Oh,
live.
okay. I don't.
Yeah, if you're in the group, when you go in the group, you can see us live on the. Yep,
I'll tag her so she'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah. And so
okay.
I was initiated 2 years ago, come August 25th, and it's been an awesome journey. Oshun keeps me very watery, Sonia. Just uh, even in my tears, of course the juices flow, but she keeps me very watery, and just an awesome energy to have present, an awesome energy to be close to. Like I said, she's really, she's very much a manifestation Orisha too. She's awesome. What you want to know
Yes.
about sweetness?
Yeah,
So we're
right.
talking about the femininity and vulnerability of Oshun and the manifestation piece that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you all have it. Y'all
Yeah,
know.
got it. Well, what's interesting to me is PJ, that you're saying that, okay, that you did this 2 years ago, and
Mhm.
you actually initiated 2 years ago, and that you felt like that's when you connected with all of the, she really awakened that softness and the femininity, and even though you already had it present, because because you present so sensuously,
Right.
and also so connected to your sexuality, in the different ways that you and I have actually spoken together on a topic, and it comes just across so naturally. So it's interesting that that feels like for you that's something that maybe just occurred with being initiated, but I mean, I know you said it was already kind of present there, but you do it so effortlessly.
She validated it.
Okay, she
She
validated it.
validated
Yeah.
it because what
Yeah.
happened, of course, it started making sense. It's like, oh, no wonder I was so wild as a child. So it really, it validated, it awakened it in me, and it just, but again, I did have a lot of strong male energy, which that's over, even every day I can feel that fire just calming down so much more. I'm much different than inside, and I think even in projection, my daughter has told me that I have shifted quite a bit.
Got it.
So the day it was announced to me, when I was told the waters flowed, because I just felt so honored that she would
Yeah.
choose me, and I was so surprised. So again, a lot of it I think was dormant, but the awakening and then the initiation and going through all the process, and the closer I get to her, the more that awakens, and the acceptance is like I can be
Yeah.
as sensual and sexy as I want, because
And
shoot,
it's
I'm gonna
okay.
shoot. That's what she,
And I was going to say, it almost sounds like also there's a permission given, because
yes.
often, and a lot of times in our culture, we're not given permission to be soft. We're not given permission to be soft because of our history, because of what we've been through, because of what we're up against. It's almost like
Yep.
we have to come out with a fight at all
Mm-hmm.
times. And it
Mm-hmm.
almost feels like, it almost feels like, how dare you choose to be soft at this moment when we have so much to do.
Right.
So often, we ain't got time for tears, and we don't have time for softness and gentleness and all of that, because we have a lot that we're up against. But I think that a lot, what we don't recognize is how powerful being soft actually is, and
Right.
um how much it actually gets accomplished that we don't realize. So it's almost like
And
thinking that strength is being masculine, and that is not the definition of strength for us as women. Go
and
ahead,
don't
Big Man.
forget, even as you say softness, don't forget her calling card was actually sensuality. She pulled Ogun out of the forest because of
Hello.
her sensuality.
Yes.
She could make sure she could trick folks because she knew how to bring the honey. So it's so funny because there was a Baba, not my Baba,
Mhm.
who posted beauty was not Oshun's power. I said, that's a lie from the pit of hell. It was not her only power.
Not her only
But
power.
Oshun is very clear that beauty is a power, just like sensuality is a power.
It's a power.
Now, don't mistake, Oshun could fight when it was necessary, and she had her side. She could do some things. but those were her calling cards. And so growing up, the way I grew up, my mother didn't even want anybody to tell me I was pretty, let alone to display sensuality. There's, good girls don't do that.
Right.
But what has awakened and what I've learned is that is a useful tool. Now, of course, like any tool, any tools, we need to use it calculated with finesse and don't wield it relentlessly or, without acknowledgement of what we're using. Be careful with how we're using it. But for women, that can be, and there are, of course, there are a whole lot of men who are Oshun. I don't know if you guys realize that.
Yeah, there are men.
But I have a god brother who he thought he was going to be Shango, and the Baba who trained me as well. He was Oshun. Shango brought him to Ifa, but Oshun actually claimed him. So you'll find a lot of men who carry the same energy, and it's a beautiful thing. And just like everything, all of the Orishas bring there to bring the harmony and the balance, and so we get to learn and accept and utilize that. Like you say, the juiciness, the vulnerability, the sensuality, all that. Those are beautiful tools.
Yeah, I think
But
that.
let's go ahead, Simon. I was just gonna say, so we talked about Oshun. Let's bring this to today. The grind and how she's been lost. She's been lost. We are in a matriarchal society, and the grind is the norm.
Yeah.
Even for women, and for me, being a single mother, where you're raising, PJ, you've raised boys, and you bring that masculine energy. You're compensating, and sometimes you don't even realize you're overcompensating, and it overtakes that part of you. So how do we find Oshun? How do we get back to her? How do we put aside the masculine energy and accept the feminine?
And bring that balance.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a great question.
I know one of the ways it works for me, and I'm about to allow Afiba to enter the room. So, let me see. Okay, before I answer that,
I put it in there.
You put it in. Thank you. I was going to put the Zoom in there. Yes. So, one of the ways that I find for me is one, not attempting to access the feminine in situations where I would normally feel like that I lean towards my masculine, only because it's more challenging to do it in that tough situation. So instead of trying to, I'm about to go to work and I'm going to see if I'm going to go into this boardroom and now I'm about to be soft. That's probably, you might be a little challenged to actually just pull those energies up. But what I do for myself is I do it a lot more in spaces where I'm able to connect to the energy a lot more readily. And then as I start to do that more in my own personal time and in spaces that I can do it a little more easily, it then starts to bleed over into being able to feel that or bring that up in other arenas. So not trying it when you when it's a little more tough of a shift, because it's really just a shift. It's a shift in energy. It's like a tapping into, or it's like a shift in beingness. So one of the things, a couple of tools that I use, one, I use words, because words are very powerful. They carry vibration. And so just even being with a word and allowing yourself to tap into the energy of that word can do it. Because if you think soft and you meditate on the word soft, you can start feeling soft. It's like become soft.
Yes.
It's like you give yourself the direction to become soft, and you can feel yourself softening. And the other thing that I use, the other tool that I use, is music, because I will take something that then to me emulates the energy that I'm attempting to become, and I listen to that and let it feed my soul. So it's like I can feel myself softening and becoming one with that energy. So often we just get to use tools. I think some like we're thinking I'm just supposed to snap in, snap out of it, and now I'm supposed to be feminine, and I'm supposed to be able to turn it off. And it just really does, to me, it doesn't work that way. Like this is something you cultivate and nurture. What is your experience, PJ?
I like the word nurture. One of the things, start celebrating and embracing beauty and sensuality. I mean, just come on and embrace it. I mean, when I see Beyonce, I swear she's my daughter. She's such a, I mean, embrace all. And when you recognize, that's what I'm saying, when you begin to recognize that it is a tool. Because make no mistake, one of the reasons Beyonce is so celebrated is because she acknowledges, she embraces, she celebrates her beauty.
She does.
Yes, she does.
And the divas always do.
Yeah.
So when you become it, and I think that's one of the things, and again, sometimes I don't know if I can attribute it all to initiation or age or wisdom. But Tanya, I bring it into the boardroom. Our Zoom meetings start, and I come on and I've got a song I'm singing to everybody who comes on.
I know that's right.
Because it's when it becomes a part of you, and it's one of our tools. So remember the sensuousness and flowing and water. Water is a source of life. Who lives without water? What can live without water, right? So you are a source of life when you become Oshun, when you claim Oshun. And water has no enemies, right? So you embrace all of that stuff. So when that becomes your essence, it's like you're flowing, you're essential to the environment. You can't, the world cannot survive. Your life cannot survive without me. I'm Oshun.
Right.
And I bring life. And of course, who wants a life without joy, right?
Absolutely.
Who wants a life as sickness? You want life with vitality and joy and happiness. So I am the essence of that. And as I embrace that, then I know I am what the world needs. So why should I suppress it?
Exactly.
And if there's those energies that are masculine, then of course I'm needed to bring the balance. And I can access, of course, that male energy as needed. Don't think I'm a little punk, because feminine energy is not a punk.
It sure is not. It certainly is not. Ain't nothing punk about a woman.
No, ain't nothing energy. Punk about the divine feminine.
Yes.
But it's awareness of who we are and what we bring to the table. So as you say, I'm Oshun, I'm water. Water has no enemies, water is flowing, and water is essential for life. You can't be here without me, my dear.
Yeah, and I think
that's who I am.
And I think one of the things what we're talking about in terms of yes, you can definitely, for you, PJ, bring it in the boardroom because you have been with the energy so much that's not a fight.
Right.
Whereas for some women, as we're starting to cultivate it, I would just say don't start in the places where it's harder for you to even see yourself being that. But as you start to cultivate
that's why
more, yes.
That's why I say I think a part for me that is always helpful is as you're seeing beauty, as you're seeing that energy expressed, embrace it and celebrate it. Because see, as I celebrate you, I'm celebrating myself. It's a reflection, right?
Absolutely.
So when I see that divine beauty in you, rather than fighting against it, like I'm looking at somebody you have on hold in this Zoom, it's like, ooh, I see beauty about to step onto the stage. So there's a part of me that gets excited and celebrates because I'm seeing a reflection of what I stand for, who I am. So as we celebrate it in others, we raise our vibration, we celebrate in ourselves, and we become accepting. And it becomes a normal energy for us to embrace. And like
so there's a practice to it. There's a practice to it.
Yes.
There's a practice. Yes, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
And it's not just being up here about it. It's like really, it's a body thing because, it's really like you have to be in it.
Yes.
Right. But go ahead. What were you about to say?
I want to read some of the comments in the room. Yvette said, women have adopted Ogun when they should have been Oshun. we have to learn Oshun's tool of hypnotherapy, exercise our feminine command. Nikki posed a question back to Yvette. She said, what if she isn't your head? Is the premise that her characteristics should be embraced regardless?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like Yvette mentioned Ogun, and baby, Ogun is my man. Oh, I love me some Ogun. So do I know how to call on that warrior to fight for me? So even as a woman, if I'm in Shango, I know how to access the fluidness of Oshun when I need it, just like I know how to access that fire of Shango when I need it. You know what I'm saying? It's about balance. It's about balance. And like I said, there are as many men who are Oshun as you may find women, and there are as many women. One of my dear friends in my Ile was just identified as Ogun. She's Ogun, and I thought she was Oshun.
Women have got. So we have someone else in the room.
Yeah.
Erica Connor.
You invited
her. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. And it seems like somebody has background. Who's playing Facebook in the background?
I just turned it off. That was me.
Great. Thank you. Okay, yes. So yes, our other Oshun sister.
I love
and we have
Hey, so I must confess I haven't taken the complete plunge. I've been one of Oshun's slower special daughters in that I know whose I am and what I am to do. And I'm just loving this conversation. And I stand in agreement with everything that I've heard as I've been multitasking. I love it. And when I heard you guys say, one of the things that I came to realize, I didn't know about Orisha. I came into Orisha probably 20 years when I moved here. And for me, once I learned, I was like, oh, it all makes sense. I realized I wasn't batty. that the experiences I had and the way that I move and, you know, what I do, I was like, it was like, oh, I'm home.
Yes.
So for me, Orisha is home. Knowing that I'm a daughter of Oshun was just like, oh, thank goodness.
Yes. It's like knowing, like finding out your horoscope for the first time and realizing if you're reading yourself on the page. Oh, now I get why I act that way. Now I see why I do that. Now I get my behaviors and some of the things that I'm up to because that is me seeing myself on the page.
Absolutely.
And it's so funny you said 20 years. You know, 6 years ago, I had no idea what Ifa was, who Ifa was, what it was about. And if someone had come to me and explained it to me, I would say, go ahead on with all that woke black stuff. I did that in the 70s. I'm done. But my ancestors, really, for real, I had no interest. I was a science of mind practitioner. So I was I was in New Thought, I was a licensed practitioner. And I was okay. The only thing I missed sorely was ritual. I miss ritual. I was like, I need some baptism, some communion, something. I need ritual. And Spirit kept telling me that. But my ancestors brought me right smack dab through Ifa. And it's so funny because my father was a Baptist preacher and my mother was a deaconess. But it was that line, and my mother specifically showed up and led me directly to this. So you're way ahead of me. I didn't know Oshun from Lagoon. I knew Lagoon better than I knew Oshun. So it was all very new to me when I did learn it. But y'all will start me to crying if I start telling you how it has impacted, shifted, enhanced.
What a blessing.
Blessed my life. So it was all very new to me.
Can we turn to Facebook? Someone has
got
Facebook
it. Okay,
on.
yeah. So Yvette, if you could mute your Facebook so that it doesn't play. There you go. Okay, so PJ, you were saying.
Bless my life. So it was all very new. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Yvette, mute Facebook. I'm sorry. Go ahead, PJ.
Mute your volume. Turn your volume completely down on Facebook.
Is this me? Are you still getting feedback?
No, you're fine. No,
okay.
That's not you. No, we're just letting Yvette know because she just came.
Yeah, so I was just mentioning how, again, I was drawn to Ifa. Actually, it became because my ancestors kept showing up. And I was like, I know I'm supposed to work with them, but I have no idea. And Ia heard me say that, and she connected me with how to work with my ancestors, and of course, then the process followed.
Got it.
Awesome.
So I wanted to give our. Oh, I'm sorry. You were about to say something.
I was about to acknowledge our guests in the room.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
So
that's what I was gonna do.
Again, this is Grown Ass Women Shit, and we're talking about finding OSHUN, femininity and vulnerability. So we'd like to acknowledge two additional guests in the room: Afiba, who's been here. She's just got on camera, and Yvette. Would you all like to add to the conversation at this point?
Come through, Yvette. Turn the mic on now.
Come on, Afiba.
I want to see everyone.
Okay, I wanted to say thank you for the platform. I was supposed to have been in Nigeria on the 11th of this month to receive Yeye. And then, of course, things are as they are.
Right.
Can't leave the country, can't do this, can't do that. So we're in a holding pattern. But I'm initiated as an Akan priest. And I guess like the moment after initiation, Oshun started talking. And I sort of ignored it because I really wasn't clear. Like, okay, what does she want? But then as time went on, people who are friends of mine that are on the Yoruba side of traditional spirituality kept saying, you walk with this, I see, you need to check that out. You need to check that out. And so I finally got up enough courage to check it out. And what came up is that she is in my lineage.
Hashem.
She's in my lineage. And so, like, I don't know who said it before, but the way you behave, now you get clarity on the way you behave and why you do things a certain way. So thank you for the platform. I'm really excited.
I have my Baba and two other people are in Nigeria now. I just had a god brother and a god sister get initiated 2 days ago to Ifa, and one did Shango, and waiting to see what the other one will do. So they were able to get out. So good luck. Hopefully you can too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. And then Yvette, you have the floor. Welcome.
Well, my experience started out, I'm gonna say, in New Orleans, being a part of the creative community, the culture community. And so it was the older Babas who was saying that I was Yemaya, but it was the younger Babas who was saying, no, you Oshun. So it was, so I tarried for a while because I didn't know what that was. I mean, when I said I didn't know what it was, because I thought it needed, on one end I was getting Yemaya Elegua, but then on the other end, from the younger people, I was getting Oshun Shango. Shango, I received because of my voice. Shango controls the throat. But then Elegua I got because of communications with me being a healer, and then having the whole maternal aspect. So it took me a minute to connect to Oshun. I voided out Oshun because the younger Babas were coming from my womb. And so at that point, I realized there was a whole seduction in place, and that I just knocked it out. But I came to Washington, D.C., and I found a woman, or she found me, or we were destined to connect. Her name is Merle Erzuliansa Boisier. And she became my mother's sister friend. And she was an Oshun priestess. And so when I walked, and it wasn't just me, there were those of us. And we walked the path with her. We gave offering, we would hit Rock Creek Park, we would hit Malcolm X Park. And when it was time to dance at command, she allowed us to see the energy, because what she did was she was engrossed with people from Brazil. Mm-hmm. And so they saw her as Oshun, and they saw everything else about her as Oshun. And so as I connected within the Brazilian and Haitian community here, it was then I was allowed to receive Oshun Urzuli Yansa. Then there's Urzuli Brigitte, you know, and then there's Urzuli Frida, you know, there's Urzuli Rosa, you know, so then it's like there's all, so which allowed me to realize that yes, it was Oshun, but the various aspects of Oshun, because you have Oshun de la Rosa, who is like Mata de la Rosa for us, you know, Mother de la Rosa, of that aspect of Rosuli. Then you have Frida, who just be fucking people up, like just being handy. You know, that's where the you know, we talked the last time, and that's how I fell in love with Bill Christ, you know, from American Gods, because I felt that they got it. I felt that they got the information to present that woman as that character as they did, as she was a capturer of not only souls but bodies. And so, but I loved how they made it sensuous, and they honored that aspect of that command of Urzuli Frida. You know, that's why I appreciate. Now, they didn't say it in words, but for those who know, recognize that kind of energy and that character that they put to the screen. And, you know, then you have Urzuli Brigitte, who was like the fighter, who will fuck you up if you take any command of her femininity. And that's where the brashness would come, whereas you don't have to go to the masculine side. You don't have to make your legs hard. Your legs can still stay soft, and still you could walk with that. You could walk with thunder. And so then when I learned that I was able to get that command. But then when I say that the hypnosis of it is Urzuli Frida, you know, and that was a man who told me that. A man said that this is a command that a woman should have, not only over men, but over population.
Yeah, put them in trance. You can set them up. Yes.
You know, just to get that kind of information. So it's like you don't have to harden yourself. You could keep a soft heart. You could keep a soft body. You could keep a soft leg. You know, all you have to do is you just have to make your words sweet. You know, you come to me. My thing is, come to me with honey, but just recognize that my tongue is like a machete. You know, so
stop! You better start talking. Shut up!
And that is one of the voodoo aspects of Oshun. Or when you give all those names, because in the Isese and the Yoruba, Oshun is Oshun, and all of that is attributed to Oshun. There's a story of Oshun when the world was in trouble and Olodumare, God, got mad and he took away the water. Oshun, nobody else could do it, but Oshun took that journey up to heaven, and she went up there and she was scorched like what's the ugly bird? Crow. You know, by the time she started as a peacock, by the time she got there, she looked ugly as shit.
Yeah.
And Olodumare says, you did this? Oh yeah. So there are all those aspects. That's what I'm saying. And don't cut her short. And you know, she could be, all these Orishas got a dark side, because you know what she did to one of Shango's wife. She had that woman cutting off her ear and putting it in soup to try to be. You
know. Okay, so and I think you guys, I want to bring it back, because a lot of people don't know these stories. You know, I don't. You know,
get us to talk about this woman.
Yeah, you all are speaking a new language. I want to make sure that everybody who's watching, we have quite a few people watching right now. We want to bring it to, you know,
practical.
Bring it down to the foundation, to a level where a child can understand. Bring it to there, because we really want to get this idea of femininity, vulnerability, and even what Yvette was talking about. Not hardening your legs, speaking with honey, those things. We want to get that across to the people watching. I really want people to get, you know, what you guys are saying.
And I think one thing is absolutely on point. And Oshun is that, all that, and then some. To know that Oshun is a warrior, as well as the goddess of femininity and love and the honey. She is a warrior. So oftentimes you see her in the river with the mirror and a machete, a sword in the other hand. So just let's not get it twisted. So oftentimes I think, even for myself, I go within and say, where am I going today? Oh, I need to go before these executives and get this money. So I'll put on a dress and ask her what she want me to do, how to do it. And it doesn't matter if it's men or women in the room. It doesn't matter. I do check in to see how I'm going to show up. And more often than not, it is a yes, because we command that and we have that. And it's not a yes in, I'm gonna cut you if you don't give me a yes. It is that yes that's dripping honey on you.
You want to say yes.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. So I was
for me.
Say that again.
It's like it's not like you actually you going with the machete in your hand. It's
exactly.
Like you come from me.
If you come from me,
I will not leave wounded.
Yes. And
exactly.
So I think that's a place for us to recognize it. It's like there's a we were just talking earlier at the beginning of the conversation about how Oshun gives you permission to be that permission to be soft, that permission to be feminine, and how we as a culture of Black women, especially in this culture, of feeling like we have been unprotected, that we cannot necessarily, or we don't feel we have the permission to be soft. But understanding that you being soft and bringing in those aspects and allowing yourself those aspects does not mean that I have to write off and completely now go unprotected. So vulnerability is not about me softening and being vulnerable does not mean that now I'm going to be completely unprotected and I'm going to leave myself to the wolves. It means I'm going to use that as a tool and know that if I have to, I have my machete in my back pocket because I know how to be hard, but I don't have the need to lean into that.
And vulnerability can be
power.
Vulnerability can be as powerful as a machete. See, that's the whole point, is recognizing like how do you become it? When you recognize the Oshun in me, I am water. So I am life. You cannot survive without me. So when I claim that, how much confidence am I walking in? Because I know I am the essence of life. You need me, like dear. You need my flowingness. And don't forget, a stream, the tinkling stream can be soothing. But also, we know rushing water can destroy. So I have all of this essence within me. So I am the bringer of life. And the beauty is, even if there's a woman who, I'm Ogun, so what does that mean? Ogun, you have the power of steel, you have the power of protection, you know how to clear the path. All of these orishas bring something magnificent to us. And when we are that essence, of course, we use it, because if I am in a situation where there's a lot of male energy, I can raise a vibration and bring balance. So as you are saying, well, I want to bring more Oshun into my life, recognize what you're saying is, I am the life bringer. I am the essence. I am what you need. And when you have that buried in you, your confidence soars, and vulnerability is just another tool. Because when I'm vulnerable and I'm confident, I can be in a needing place and an expectation place and have my emotions, because it has nothing to do with lessening me, because you need me. I'm water.
Yes.
And sis,
as you think about it, go ahead, Erica.
Oh, I'm sorry. As you say the water, something that came to mind for me was, when we think of water put in any vessel, it's still water. Water has the ability to change its shape and take on form, and water, and when that Oshun energy shows up in any space, for me, I can typically go to somewhere, a gathering, whether it's a club or whether it's a gathering, and feel and see the other Oshuns in the room, because there is a je ne sais quoi. It's just, oh, I see you, sis. Hey, and it is an effervescence. It is a movement, as you say, the water. It is the ability to be who you are in all environments. And that's the essence of water.
Very central.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, if we recognize the power, I had a workshop with several women working on tapping into femininity. And as they were coming into the room, I had everybody select an aspect, and a lot of them they were feminine aspects, and the participants were groaning because we were going kicking and screaming like, oh, I got graceful, I got soft, I got naked. And the person that got naked was like, oh yeah, I like to get naked, but it still was not, she wasn't necessarily being with the energy. It was like, that's right. So I was like, oh Lord, this is a lost cause. So Lord, Spirit said, have them meditate on the aspects. We did that. And the young lady who meditated on naked got clear. She started crying. She said, I could see myself being naked in front of my friends and family. So then it was like the being able to be soft and open and let go. So I was like, okay, good. So we have some movement. And then I had them do, we did pole dancing. And as we were doing the pole dancing, there was still a very masculine energy coming with the steps towards the pole. It was like, yeah, grinding and kind of like, yeah, we got this. And Spirit said, have them embody the feminine aspects that they chose downstairs and now go towards the pole. And there was just a difference in terms of the presentation. Now it's like walking with grace and with beauty, so much so that the presentation, the woman that was teaching us the pole dancing, she started crying. And I'm like, do you understand that? Do you get your power? Like, we just moved her, but you moved her not in a masculine state. You pulled energy out of her by how beautiful you were being. We really recognize how powerful that energy is, and just start practicing with it. You can see, like a snake charmer. Like, I don't have to physically move you, but I can move you. Hello?
That's that fluid. That's what I'm saying. And as we awaken to our feminine energy, no matter who your Orisha is, because again, like I said, some of the most sensual women I know are Shango. But as we awaken to that power, we recognize how we can use it to bring healing and power to each other and to ourselves. Because, like I was sharing, there is power in beauty. There is power in sensuality. There is. My name is Osunyoyin. I bring the honey. I'm bringing some sweetness. And there's power in that. You get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, huh?
Right.
Exactly. I think one of the powers that you mentioned is, first of all, confidence. If you think about when you put on your baddest freakum dress, the way that you feel when you are strutting across the floor, it's like, I can't be stopped. Absolutely. And as much as you might feel like you feel strong in a pair of Timberlands, it's not the same level of strength. The level of, it's almost like that smile that you can't wipe off your face, that Cheshire grin, like, I will eat your ass alive. Do you know how fly I am right now?
I agree. This weekend, my girl Donna Marie, she's on here. She took Jennifer and I out. And Jennifer and I were bad. Okay.
What else was new? What else is new?
This is me, and then you have the other me when I get bad. And I'm telling you, people were stopping and staring at us because we said we wanted to feel beautiful. We wanted to feel, we intentionally created beauty from the inside out. Yeah. And I mean, those folks are like, oh my God, you all look so beautiful. And we're like, oh, we got it. So just moving in that, I feel you when you say, when it comes from the inside, I could even go out looking like this. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Bonnet on my head and slippers on.
Now.
It's the energy.
And what did Maya Angelou say? Walk like you got what? Diamonds
Diamonds
between
your thighs.
Thighs. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, as a part of my coaching, I have women practice that shit. Just walk like my pussy is so sweet.
Sweet.
My pussy is like,
The
brings all the boys to the yard. And all of a sudden, you shifting. And you are awakening your power and your confidence. And you got it.
Absolutely. I've been told this. It was a little crass, but I've been told this. You walk like your pussy good. See, because it is.
You better.
Right.
You better.
Right? Like you got diamonds between your thighs. What?
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And it's funny when you do that exercise, you can feel the shifting yourself. It's the minute you do it, and so of course it comes outward.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna read a couple of the comments. Melissa said, I'm typically the only woman in the room professionally. I choose being light, aka soft. Took me a minute, but boy, when I realized my feminine power was vulnerability. All my senses are open in vulnerable mode. I move everything I need to.
I share.
Yes.
See, and you know who I think also epitomized that in the boardroom was Michelle Obama.
Oh,
because because it was interesting when Hillary ran for president, she wore the pantsuit and tried to have the masculine energy. Michelle stepped into all that power as divine essence of femininity. There was no need for me to try and act like a man. I can be just as graceful and beautiful and powerful. And that's what will bring the balance and the healing. So if we don't awaken ours and bring it forth, then you're right, the planet will be just all, and it's time for us to bring that aspect. That's why I'm saying when we see it in our icons, we need to celebrate it and bring them out. I mean, celebrate Rihanna and Beyonce and all of these women and all their beautiful feminine energy, because that's what the world needs.
Absolutely.
And then
it's amazing how it's looked down upon now. That's it's turned into something nasty. Yvette, do you remember one time? Tell a personal story. Yvette's a singer. Okay, she's a singer, and she was singing many years ago.
And y'all came and part of the Red Sea.
So she was singing, and we all without.
I'm sorry. I'm but
it was not even on. It was on cue, as if we had a discussion before. But
okay, can I interject? Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm singing a song. People up there, yay! Oh, she nice. Oh, yeah, she cool. Then all of a sudden, I saw the shit. The broads came through. People were like, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? They came through and parted the Red Sea. They were the gig. It was over when they walked in, because they came in with a presence and a power pastel. I'm so glad you remember that, because when I tell this story, I tell it as a witness for what it is that we possess. And I'm so glad you felt that and you saw that. And I'm sorry, I don't want to interject on your story.
No, tell a story.
When I tell this story about the people of New Orleans, it's like, they'll ask, it's like, at that point, I wasn't shit. They were like, when can you come again? And your friends, those people from New Orleans, when can they come? And I was like, damn, like, y'all coming. But they came, ladies, and Pastel, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna say this. They parted the sea. It was, and I'm saying that because I was on stage and I saw it happening. And I'm so glad that you felt it, because I'm a witness. I'm sorry, I took over. Go ahead, tell a story.
Go ahead. That was powerful. But what you just said,
Yvette. That to say, I'm gigging. I'm on stage. And I saw that shit happening. And I was like, they came in like it was like the whole room just opened up. And they came in and shut it down. I gave up the crown.
Yep.
And it was no
you
problem.
said that.
They did it at my 60th birthday party. What, chairs coming through?
It was something to see. I'm telling you, it was amazing to see. I was a witness to that. And I'm so glad that you remember that, Paz. Because when I tell it, okay, I'm gonna need you to tell the story 2 more times. Because when I tell people from New Orleans, because they think when I talk about New Orleans or people like that possess what you possess, and I'm saying that because that's where I got my energy from. It's not like I'm caught in any warpness or whatever. But if there's some shit about me that you don't understand, it's a part of my upbringing. And I got to tell you about that. And I know I go all the way back as far as I go, and it might seem provincial, but saying that to say, for you being a witness to that energy, to say, and it's a womanly, and I say that because New Orleans is a matriarchal society. You have the option to be a wife or a whore, or a madame or a maîtresse. And so in a lot of instances, we were taught to be noble women, but then on the secret side, we were fed a whole bunch of other information, that made it confusing. But we were able to, I'm gonna say, appreciating that. Paz, that's why I love you, girl. PJ, that's why I love you. Y'all possess that shit. Y'all possess more than a certain je ne sais quoi. You operate and you walk and y'all move with reckless abandon. That's something that moves through the ages. That's a teaching. That's a counsel that so many people need to know. People need to know that they can move, that they can live, that they can breathe. And and it's a heal. How you move, Pastel, how you move, Patsy, it's like a, I'm gonna say, it's like medicine. It's a healing essence. It's a healing power.
Yes.
When I holler at you,
I know you get me right here.
But look, Negro, I want you to know, I see you, Pastel. I see you. Y'all think I'll be all light and be laughing and shit. But niggas, I see y'all.
You fine. Go ahead.
I don't want to get us in jail.
But Yvette, what you said, that's really powerful. Yeah, what you said is very powerful. It's just a presence. Okay. And so it's really being able to almost stand all the way up in your presence. It's like being able to stand all the way up in who you are. So often when I'm even talking to women about their presence, it's like recognizing the power of the egg. She draws all things to her. Do you get how fierce? It's about being fierce. Yep. But we don't understand that the feminine brings your fierceness. It feels soft, but the bitch don't play.
Right.
So it is not, you don't lose anything, you gain.
It's a magnetism, it's a draw, it's some shit that you can't even help.
Exactly.
And as what Yvette is speaking about is that New Orleans stuff that's in us that can't be taken away from us. It's just ingrained in us. But in terms of bringing it real world for the women who don't know anything about the New Orleans stuff, don't know anything about OSHUN, what I would invite all of them to just practice for a couple of days is, one, walking like you have diamonds between your thighs, like you got the best pussy in the world. Your pussy brings all the boys to the yard.
All of them.
And it's a good thing, And the other thing is imagine that you are the essence of water, so no one can survive without you. How could you not know your God self when you realize that? How could you not have full confidence when you know that the world can't survive without you? And so if you claim that as an exercise, you'll feel a shift. See, because, again, with me being OSHUN, as soon as I start proclaiming it, I start buzzing. Because it's such a powerful, powerful energy that all of us, every woman, all of us have a right to claim, because we're all made of water. How much of our body is water? So each one of us have that right to claim that the world can't survive without us.
Oh my God, that is such a beautiful way to end this and begin it. I think, fuck it, it's not ending, it is beginning. So we are going to begin, as PJ said. I am so grateful for everybody who came into the room. I am having a moment over here. I don't know if Sonya can hear, but I'm shaking. This is I'm overwhelmed and grateful right now. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Let it come forth.
This was everything. So we welcome you all. I'm full.
Yeah, and express that fullness.
I'm
Go
full.
ahead. This is the vulnerable part. So this is the
I'm very full right now.
Showing, I'm sorry, that's Oshun showing up. She brings the water. She brings the emotion. She brings that's her energy. She's showing up.
Yeah.
She's here.
And the tears are about connecting to your power, because you have that power.
She's fluid. She is water. Yes, that's her. That's
I'm
her,
very
baby.
full.
That's her.
So
this is the feelings that we get. We have permission to be women.
Absolutely.
When we have permission to be who we are.
So can we?
It is powerful. Yes, go ahead, PJ.
I think because Posh, you have recognized that energy. Why don't we all just take a moment to breathe it in and absorb it? Just breathe it in deeply, recognizing I am the essence of life. Without me, there is no life. I honor my God self and all the joy and love and honey and power and strength that I bring to the world. And it's cloaked in sensuality and beauty and flowing like a beautiful river. Gentle like a stream and powerful like a rushing flood waters. I embrace it all. And I bless myself because I love who I am. Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you.
I didn't mean to hijack your story. Go ahead.
I don't have a story, baby. It's over.
That was beautiful.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for coming on. Everybody who was online. I think we had several people online watching. Thank you. Let's talk about it on the page, and we will see you on Sunday. We're done. We're done. We can end it. We can end it.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Posh.
Thank you, Oshun.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Yes.
All right. Sign in the live.
The live.
Oh, you want?
I'm ending. Yes.
Fresh out the oven, straight to the bank. Ben's Hager smelling like bank. Seats, somebody died on them. Kitty looking like somebody cried on it. Ooh, what you looking at? What you looking at? Body like cinnamon roll. Icing on the top, if you got it, let's go.